everybody. Hope you all are well. Uh, oh, Lordy. More crazy commentary pertaining to Mr. Sharpe, okay? Just bringing you the latest. Sorry I didn't mention this in my live earlier, but this is some more crazy commentary. People Magazine is the source. I'm going to read you this information because there's no way I remember everything. Somebody will come in and say, well, you left something out. So I'm just going to read this information to you. People is the source. A woman suing Shannon Sharpe for alleged defamation also alleges in the complaint that the NFL Hall of Famer sexually assaulted her in 2010. Michelle Evans filed suit against Sharpe in New York 2023, nearly 2 years before another woman suing under the name Jane Doe, which we now know is Gabriella Zuniga, accused Sharpe of raping her in a lawsuit filed in Nevada earlier this week. And that's the Jane Doe, Miss Zuniga. Sharpe has strongly denied the allegations in the Nevada lawsuit, claiming that the relationship has been consensual and called the lawsuit a shakedown. In the New York complaint, which is this is an older complaint from 2023, Evans, who is representing herself, claims that she had been in a relationship with Sharpe for nearly a decade, ending in 2010 when she says they got in an argument over his alleged infidelity. So was he cheating on her, and who was he cheating with? A white woman, a black woman. This woman also happens to be Caucasian. This Michelle Evans character. Evans alleges Sharpe then requested that the two have sex and that she refused. So there was an argument, and then he wanted to have sex, and she refused. The defendant proceeded to forcefully subdue me, compelling me to my knees and subsequently engaging in non-consensual oral penetration, the complaint alleges. Despite my protest, he persisted in this violation. So basically she's saying he forced her to perform oral sex on him. Okay. Evans further claims the assault continued beyond the alleged forcible oral sex. Thereafter, Shannon's coercion escalated as he maneuvered me onto the bed and achieved non-consensual vaginal penetration, all the while proclaiming his intent to make it so no other man would want me, Evans alleges. Though Evans is not suing Sharpe for sexual assault, she claims he threatened to ruin her reputation and that the ensuing media commentary was rife with defamatory commentary assailing my professional reputation, quote unquote. In a statement to page 6, a representative for Sharpe denied Evans' allegations. Michelle Evans' claims are ridiculous and completely without merit, the representative reportedly said. The proceedings in Evans' civil case are still ongoing, though a judge did deny her request for an order of protection. So was he stalking this lady, bothering her, saying nasty things? What is it exactly that she wanted done in the order of protection? Not to talk about her, not to call her phone, not to visit her. What was he allegedly doing to her at the time? In the wake of the lawsuit filed by Jane Doe, Sharpe announced that he was stepping away from his job at ESPN while reiterating his denial of the accusations. My statement is found here, and this is the truth, Sharpe said in the statement. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. In a statement sent to People on Friday, April 25th, Mitchell Schuster, an attorney for Sharpe, wrote in part, "It should be of no surprise that when someone famous is in the news, all sorts of people crawl out of the woodwork to share their connection to that person in an attempt to profit from the alleged relationship. In many cases, these stories or accusations are nothing more than old news, fanciful exaggerations, or sometimes blatant misrepresentations of facts." Sorry about that. "They are shared on social media or fed to reporters with intentional factual omissions and no regard for the truth. This is obviously purposeful, designed to create a fabricated narrative. This is exactly what is happening to Shannon Sharpe, and the resurrection of the case involving Michelle Evans is a perfect example." The statement adds, when she could not find a lawyer to pursue her outrageous story, she filed a civil complaint on her own that is completely devoid of merit. The fact is that Shannon has had no contact with this person for many years. So when was the last time he had contact with Miss Evans? Later, the statement adds, bottom line, Shannon has done nothing wrong and intends to fight back against these malicious lies, not with manufactured defenses or imaginary stories, but with documentary proof and real evidence. The statement adds that while Sharpe is stepping away from ESPN, he plans to return to the network for the 2025 football season. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, please contact the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656 4673, which is HOPE, or go to rain.org. That's RAINN.org, all lowercase. Oh, I'm drowning up here. This long-winded ass article. People list the source. I think her name is Michelle Bundy Evans. They're just calling her Michelle Evans in this commentary. Representative for Sharpe says this is outrageous. Ridiculous. To page 6. She filed a suit against Sharpe in 2023. So you're talking about 2 years later. Nothing has come about pertaining to this suit. He has not paid her. He did pay a woman he worked with at CBS. Don't know exactly what happened in that situation. I don't know. How you doing, Ricky? I don't know if all these people, these women are just hearing of things that happen with Sharpe, and then they're like piggybacking off of an allegation with another person, and then another person pops up, because it looks like that's what's going on here. I'm not here to say that he's not raping these women. I don't know what the hell he's doing behind closed doors. He's forcing women to have sex with him, or they're having sex and they want to stop, and then he don't want to stop. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it seems like everybody is piggybacking off somebody else. He paid a woman at CBS, allegedly, for something. And allegedly they're downplaying that it was no big deal. Well, you still paid the person. And as I told you all in my live earlier today, you can pay a person, but it's not going to stop other people from not jumping out of plane, trains, and automobiles to get their share. What the hell is going on? Shannon Sharpe, are you sexually assaulting these women? Have you sexually assaulted these women? What the hell is really going on? Like people are saying, you're entitled to have a preference as far as race, height, weight, age, sexual preferences. But know that you don't know anybody, and shit can jump off at any given moment, and you end up where Mr. Sharpe is today. Now, I'm waiting to see who else is going to come forward to say Mr. Sharpe has degraded them, mental distress, raped them. Who's next? Somebody from high school, college? How far back are we going to go? I'm just saying. And I'm not saying that he's innocent guy. He may have some issues. As I was listening to one person's commentary talking about, he seemed to be a more of a silly character. That's one guy's interpretation, a YouTuber. He seemed to be silly, not a serious type guy. Allegedly, he had issues with guys when he was on playing pro football. Didn't have a lot of friends. I don't know how true all that is, but the point is, SHIT is bad right now. So I don't really know what the hell is going on. Hello, Black Beauty. How are you? I don't know what the hell is going on with Shannon, but I just know this issue here, that he assaulted this lady, Michelle Evans, 2010. So did you file a police report, Miss Evans? Did you file a police report? If so, bring us a receipt. Tell us what the police said. Why didn't it make it to big news? If it did, I don't know anything about it, because I don't keep up with pro football shenanigans. But she filed a suit against Mr. Sharpe in 2023. So see, that's even still a bad timeline there. He assaulted you in 2010, but then you don't file a suit until 2023. That's a long time. That's 13 years. So if you pay attention to these suits by these women, they're always winded. They've dealt with them on and off for years. They were mistreated, raped, beat up, hair pulled, whatever. And then just out the blue, I'm going to go sue him now 10 years, 15 years later, 20 years later. But we know in the real world, women don't sue men because most men don't have any money. Whether they're black, white, Jewish, Arab, whatever. They don't have any damn money, so they can't sue. They just move on. Talk about them like a dog and then move on. Move on, talk about them like a dog. You get my point. They're not wealthy. So it seems like these women are saying, well, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that he has money. I'm still in my feelings about what he did to me, allegedly. So now I'm going to file a civil suit. Some dangerous stuff. I don't know what's the truth pertaining to Mr. Sharpe's demeanor behind closed doors. I don't know if he likes to take the kitty, what his problem is. Please check out my short from earlier, because that's one of the questions I asked. Does he like to take the kitty? If he likes to take the kitty, then he's diabolical. And there's no reason for a man wanting to take the kitty. That means you're a predator. So are we talking about a man who's a predator? He comes off as nice, jovial, friendly, a jokester, but then when he gets behind closed doors, he pounces on the woman. He doesn't even give her time to take her underwear off. What the hell is going on? Hello, Jess. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Also in commentary I pulled up pertaining to this Caucasian lady, he seems to like white women. That's his preference. She is on probation for trying to kill her husband. How about that? How about that? So he's got a OnlyFans female asking for $50 million. He paid some coworker at CBS for something that nobody wants to say what he actually did. Then he's got this lawsuit from this lady that's obviously still ongoing. And she tried to kill her husband, this Miss Evans. She's on probation. So what people are going to think about this lady, well, do I really want to believe anything she has to say? Because she's tried to kill a whole man. And it's not to say that she could not have been assaulted by Mr. Sharpe or anybody else. That's a part of her past. But it just looks even more suspicious and suspect on her part. Oh, this lady tried to knock a man off. So why she tried to knock him off? Was he trying to hurt her, abuse her, rape her? She tried to have him killed. What the hell we're talking about here? Let's find something on this woman here. Let's see. Michelle Evans. We'll type it in, because this is some weird stuff going on here. He's got too many irons in the fire. Hold on. I don't see anything. Nothing's coming up. Oh, I didn't put news. Hold on. 7 hours ago. Yahoo. Yahoo is the source, everybody. Shannon Sharpe's explosive legal defense on Michelle Evans. She tried to kill her husband to be with him. Quincy Thomas is the source of this information. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. What a hot mess. We'll give you a view of these creatures. Older lawsuit, alleged sexual assault 2010. She filed a suit in 2023. Mr. Sharpe and the new lady of the hour, Miss Gabriella Zuniga, who claims allegations against him. You know what the hell's going on? It's getting quite ridiculous. Former NFL star, sports media personality Shannon Sharpe has formally responded to recent allegations involving 2 women with whom he had past connections. In a detailed legal statement issued by attorney Mitchell Schuster, Sharpe categorically denies any wrongdoing and asserts that he is the victim of false accusations, character assassination, and attempt extortion scheme. Once again, it talks about him stepping away from ESPN for just a short while. Duties to focus on legal battle to support his family. He intends to return to the network upcoming NFL season. Legal team denounces accusations as fabricated narratives. Okay. So Michelle Evans filed a civil complaint against Sharpe without legal representation. I meant to ask that. Why doesn't she have an attorney? They're saying nobody wants to take her case. Is that true? Because naturally, they're going to want a nice lump sum of money for the said situation. Hold on one second, everybody. I got to return something. One second. Got a few people. They sure know how to pick them. Which one you talking about? Are you talking about the women? Are you talking about the women? They know how to pick men like Mr. Sharpe, or Mr. Sharpe knows how to pick them. Hold on a minute. I had to go out my menu, so I had to answer. Somebody was sending me a message. Hold on one second. Oh, wow. Hold on. This is just like, I know when I heard it earlier, I said, God, please tell me they're making this up. Tell me they're making this up. Hold on, you guys. Okay, we'll go back out. Hey, Sally. Sally. Oh, this, trying to get comfortable. This is some crazy nonsense. Let's see. Oh, I done missed where I was. I was trying to find the one of the Yahoo. Hold on. This is some weird stuff. She said, what he started talking about 100,000 contract, they started coming out the woodworks. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Here it is. This is the article I'm looking for. Oh, Lordy. Okay, where was I? Sorry about the interruption, everybody. So once again, Michelle has filed a civil complaint against Mr. Sharpe without representation, which I don't know why. But anyway, the situation with Gabby Zuniga, who allegedly attempted to extort Sharpe following a consensual relationship. So that's lady number 2, plus the lady he paid at CBS, that's lady number 3. So we got 3 allegations, really, that we know of, that's been put to print. So I don't know if there are anybody else. It says the statement frames both cases as examples of a troubling pattern where public figures are targeted by individuals seeking attention or financial gain. It should be of no surprise that when someone famous is in the news, all type of people come out the woodworks, crawl out of the woodwork to share their connection to that person, which I just read you all that by Mr. Schuster. In many cases, those stories or accusations are nothing more than old news, fanciful exaggerations, sometimes blatant misrepresentations of the fact. Okay, so right here it says the first portion of legal statement addresses renewed attention to claims made by Michelle Evans, which Sharpe's team describes as baseless and harmful. So did she come out and say something, or somebody dug this up? That's what I'm curious about. These allegations by Miss Michelle Evans. Did somebody dig this up, or she came out and spoke? I'm kind of confused. They're saying that these are baseless and harmful, these allegations by Michelle Evans. Schuster contends that Evans once became fixated on Sharpe and later attempted to pursue legal action against him despite having no legal basis or support. So what does that mean? Evans once became fixated. So what are you saying? She was stalking the man, what? Sadly, Miss Evans became obsessed with Shannon and decided to manufacture a claim against him, Schuster said. When she could not find a lawyer to pursue her outrageous story, she filed a civil complaint on her own that is completely devoid of merit. So why would you want to continue this suit from 23? It's now 25. You couldn't find a lawyer. So why even have it on the books? I don't understand. Why not just leave it alone? Then she asked the judge for an order of protection. The judge denied that. So was he bothering her, stalking her, or she heard him talking about her online to people and she became offended, felt like she couldn't work, blah, blah, blah. It was hurtful to her. That's what it sounds like. She's saying he was defaming her. It says Sharpe's legal team also disclosed that Evans has a serious criminal history. So you see, Mr. Sharpe don't have a problem with going in the belly of the beast and bringing out your business, as he's done with Ms. Zuniga's text messages. It says the fact is that Shannon has had no contact with this person for many years, and it is our understanding that she is still on probation after serving 3 years in prison for trying to kill her husband so that she could hopefully pursue a relationship with Shannon. Shut your mouth. Say that again, Queen. She is still on probation after serving 3 years in prison for trying to kill her husband. So did she stab him, shoot him, or she hired somebody to do it? What really happened? I need somebody to bring me a receipt to that too. Now, the next is Gabby Zuniga, which we've already talked about that heifer, who goes by the name Carly. So I guess that's her screen TV name, OnlyFans name. I don't really know. I don't watch any of that type of stuff, so I don't know nothing about it. But it says, according to Sharpe's attorney, the two were involved in a consensual relationship for approximately 2 years, sexual relationship. The relationship reportedly ended after Sharpe declined to have a child with Zuniga. So now we're getting a little more tea. It ended because he didn't want to have a child. So that's where you see all those text messages where she's talking about, put a big black baby in me. You don't want no big black baby because I don't think you want a baby. Because let me tell you something. You ain't going to look cute pregnant on your OnlyFans page, naked and posing and doing all this with your belly hanging out. I'm just saying. And there might be some men into pregnant women and nudity, but that's a whole nother subject. When she learned that he would not father a child with her, she resorted to extortion, said Schuster. The legal team claims that Zuniga threatened to publicly expose intimate details of their relationship unless she received a financial statement. While Shannon was willing to pay her a substantial amount of money to avoid the intimate details of his personal life from being exposed, as many high-profile individuals often do when they are being threatened, that is no longer the case. Schuster stated, this is a shakedown, pure and simple, and we have the evidence to prove it. Sharpe's legal team also criticized the damage such claims do to legitimate survivors of sexual abuse, which is also very true. There are certainly real victims of sexual assault whose stories deserve to be told. Gabby is not one of them, and her attempt to extort Shannon with her false claims only serves to distract from the attention that real abuse victims deserve. Mr. Sharpe plans to take legal action. His legal strategy, according to the statement, includes filing claims against Zuniga and others who assisted her in spreading her story. He plans to defend himself using documentary proof and real evidence and intends to pursue full accountability through the courts. So it's been said that he was going to possibly sue her for defamation, Miss Zuniga, and also Mr. Bugsby, if need be. He intends to pursue claims against Gabby and all who have assisted her with the dissemination of her fabricated story. Schuster wrote, Shannon looks forward to his day in court where he can hold Gabby and all who are working in concert with her accountable for the opportunists that they are. Sounds like Jay-Z. ESPN departures voluntary and temporary. In response to speculation regarding Sharpe's recent absence from ESPN's programming, the statement clarifies that he was not terminated or placed on leave, which that's gossip running around on YouTube. You all been putting out fake stories that he was fired. He was not. He left willingly. The statement clarifies that he was not terminated or placed on leave. Instead, he decided to step away voluntarily. For the avoidance of any doubt, Shannon Sharpe was not terminated by ESPN, Schuster explained. He has elected to step away for a temporary time from his duties so that he can focus on his family. Frivolous claim filed against him. ESPN agreed with his decision, and Shannon plans to return to his role at ESPN for the NFL season, so that they kind of guide him into stepping away. We don't want to have to fire you so it would look bad. You can leave or we fire you. Did it kind of go like that? Or he willingly stepped away? Just asking. So once again, it just goes on the statement from Mr. Mitchell Schuster, which is the litigation counsel for Mr. Sharpe, about, it being no surprise that people being famous, blah, 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 in the news, people, jumping out of hats wanting to get them some money, and that her claim is devoid of merit. So it says, following in Miss Evans' footsteps, Gabby, a.k.a. Carly, is the latest person trying to exploit her connection with Shannon. From the onset, Shannon has been crystal clear about the nature of his relationship with Gabby Zuniga. For the sake of clarity, please allow me to repeat his position. Shannon and Gabby engaged in a consensual sexual relationship for a 2-year period. When she learned that he would not father a child with her, she resorted to extortion. While Shannon was willing to pay her, once again, a substantial amount of money to avoid intimate details of his personal life from being exposed, as many high-profile individuals often do when they are being threatened, that is no longer the case. So basically, he wants to fight back these allegations by her. So far, there are no criminal charges that have been found in connection to the claims by Evans or Zuniga. Sharpe's legal team is preparing for court proceedings and has indicated they will introduce physical evidence to support their position. With Sharpe planning to return to ESPN later this year, the outcome of these legal actions may have lasting implications for both his public image and career. Fans, analysts, and legal experts will continue watching closely as the story unfolds. If you want to finish rereading over the things that I've already repeated from the last article, why entertainment is the source. Let's get down to business. 27 minutes of me reading a bunch of people's statements. My head hurts. My head hurts. I'm going to say this and then get out of here. As I said before in my commentary, whether you're a woman or you a man, you have to be careful the people that you slumber with, you date, help, do things for. I know I've been in all type of crazy situations with people, and it didn't have nothing to do with sex or nothing like that. Just being nice to people, doing favors for people, being friendly with people. Things can get misconstrued. Next thing you know, somebody's lying on you. They're saying you did something, you said something, you stole something. It can go a multitude of ways because, see, you don't know people. And how do you get to know people? It's by dealing with them. That's how you get to know people. You learn their ways. They learn your ways. They learn your temperament. You learn theirs. And then it's usually too late. The bag is falling out and you realize, damn, I done effed up. I done got a cahoots with a damn fool. That's all that's happened here. I'm not here to say that this man is a great guy. I think possibly he's childlike. He's immature. He's an almost 60-year-old man who's immature. He doesn't want a commitment. He wants to put his Sharpie pen in different vaginas, which that's his choice. He probably does not like to even, use a damn condom. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't shock me none. We hear her talking about that in a text message. So, I'm going to help you not worry about my eyes scaring you. How about this? How about that? For all we know, he doesn't know how to deal with women. And he's like a lot of men. It's just childish. He doesn't want a commitment. He don't want to do nothing. He don't want to offer you nothing. He's not trying to wine and dine you, take you out, be in public. He probably picks and chooses who he wants to deal with and put in public. But that is what it is. His preferences basically are white women, his choice. This one's a young one. He's old enough to be her father. his choice. But look at the ramifications. And it seems to me he's got some type of omen on his back. He might be just that guy who happens to have a lot of money, but he don't want nothing. So he's really the typical man that we see out here, especially with our race, black men. A lot of them don't want nothing. They don't want to offer you nothing. They don't want to take you out. They don't want to buy anything. They don't want to pay bills. They don't want to do nothing. He's a millionaire. He ain't trying to come up off his coins. That's why I said in my last live, she's a fool. She should have got paid. She should have got her money, stacked her chips. Every time she saw him, she should have asked him for some damn money. And then he would have got tired and he'd have cut her ass off. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she probably still would have made us some stuff. I don't know what the truth is. But when she was dealing with him, she should have got her money. Now, some of you might say, well, damn, Queen, that sounds cruel. No, it's not cruel. He's got the money. She should have asked. Hey, I need money for this. I need my rent paid. Can you give me money every month for my rent? I need $4,000 a month. I need $6,000 a month. Whatever. What, like somebody said, what did he think he was going to get with her anyway? She's a child. And if he had dated somebody 32, 42, you think a woman want to be with a millionaire and don't get nothing from him? Come on now, we all grown. We're not going to play these childish games. You're a millionaire. What would I look like going out with you and you don't want to buy me nothing? You don't want to take me nowhere? You don't want to offer me anything? You don't want to offer me no money? Here, baby, here's a couple of thousand, put in your bank account. Here, go buy you some new shoes. Here, go pay your rent, go pay your mortgage, pay your light bill, pay your car note off, pay something. That's why these women are doing it, because he is wealthy. If he was a garbage man, he did construction, we wouldn't even be talking about Shannon Sharpe. Let's keep it real. He's a millionaire. That's why we're here. And it's not to say he's a good person. It's not to say he ain't a dog. It's not to say he ain't sexually assaulted these women. The point is he has money. That's the storyline. He has money. Let me see what I can get from him. Whether I'm telling the truth or not, whether you believe me or not. He got that Piper and I want it. I'm mad at him. I want his money. I want his baby. I want his money. He don't want me. I want his money. He's been fucking and screwing other women while he's been with me. I want his money. That's what this is about. Because if it was any average man, this wouldn't even be a story. Have you seen a story like this on the news recently about Joe Blow across the street getting sued by a woman because he was cheating on her? He don't want to make a baby with her. He don't want to date her no more. She caught him cheating. Oh, I'm going to take you to civil court because you're cheating on me. I'm going to take you to civil court because you don't want to give me a baby. When did you ever hear such? You haven't. It's about the paper. Like I said, he may be a dog-ass black man. Mean. Talk down to him. Talk to him any kind of way. Pop up when he won't. Be bothered when they won't. That's one of her allegations against him, Miss Zuniga. He always just want me to be with him on his time. He works, bitch. Hey, Sue. He has a real job, Miss Gabby. You don't work nowhere. Y'all don't even live in the same area. So he has to leave his job to fly in to see you. Wake up. So yes, it's on his time. Because he's the one flying in to see you. And many people say, well, you must like her. He's spending money. Well, not necessarily. He got the money. So what's a couple thousand on a round trip ticket? That's chump change to get a piece of ass. Excuse my language. It's chump change. Couple thousand to go screw for the weekend. He drops that probably on a pair of shoes. Couple thousand. It's nothing. Wherever he lives, he's screwing somebody. So that's what's going to come out next. Who he's actually screwing. What she has to say. So is there a young lady out here that he sees on the regular and she's sitting back saying, oh, okay, So this how you been rocking with me. Because where did he spend New Year's Eve? Checkmate. I'm woke. Are you woke? He didn't take this cookie out for New Year's Eve. Why not? So he just flew in to see you get a piece of ass and then you say he raped you. But the day before you were asking for $25,000 for each butt cheek. And the things that you've put in your text messages, those were private. But he released them because you gave him no other option but to put your dirty text out here because you're suing him. And the fact that you filmed him having sex with you, that was a setup. I'm woke. You asking for $25,000 the day before he allegedly raped you. All that's orchestrated. And like I said, I'm not here to say he's a good person at all. But what I am saying is he fell in the trap. He fell in the trap. He crossed this bitch. She's angry. She's mad. She wants revenge. The one from 2010 who says he raped her and she filed a suit 13 years later. Come on now. 13 years, you still thinking about Shannon Sharpe? If he raped you in 2010, why didn't you file a police report? Same thing with Miss Zuniga. Where's your police report that he raped you this year in January? Where's your police report that he raped you in October? See, I'm woke. And it's not to say that he ain't forced himself on them. But when you're playing all these type of dirty sex games, choke collars and shit, it can get out of hand. That's why they tell you not to let somebody put their hands around your throat during sex. Because it can go too fucking far. So while you sit up here crying about being choked and talked bad about and all this, you lucky to be allowed with them big ass black hands around your damn throat. You're a fool. You don't let nobody put their hands around you, period. There's people who get off on that. They get an orgasm from being choked, choking someone. So you're willing to risk this man who's got a neck the size of a lion's head to put his hands around your throat during sex? And Shannon, you stupid to do it, because what if you went too far and choked her and she died? Then what? How you gonna explain that dead girl in your damn bed? Both of you stupid. Both of you stupid. You don't play them type of games unless you're willing to accept the prize. And I don't think you want a murder charge for some young white girl. And then she's dead, so she can't spin no web. And guess how it's going to come out if you went to court trying to fight for your freedom? Yeah, let's go there. First thing you're going to say is, well, we were into that. Let me show you the text messages. She liked putting a dog collar around her throat, blah, blah, blah. Still would be bad. You having to defend yourself in court for a murder. So this is your learning curve, sir, at 56. These games you playing with these women behind closed doors, this rough sex, whatever you into, you might need to slow your roll. You might need to stick to missionary. I'm sorry. You might need to stick to the old way of having sex. You on top and that's it. Nothing extra. And frankly, as a man, I would be afraid to even have sex with a woman after all of this nonsense, to be right back in the hole again. To be right back in the hole again. This is crazy to me. Because they're sitting here talking about 2 allegations. Really, it's been 3. The one where he paid the woman off, the co-worker, I don't really know what that was about, but he paid her off. He paid her some money. Don't know what the dollar amount is. She said he did something to her. I don't know exactly what that was all about. But what I'm saying is he's building a little leaflet of allegations. And of course, it don't look good. Is it the truth? I don't know. But as somebody said, He might be silly. He might play too much, joke too much. And maybe with that coworker, he said or did something. Maybe he brushed up against her, grabbed her breast or buttock. She became offended. Now she's taking him to court. You got to know your place. And right now, Shannon he has a learning curve. God is trying to tell him something. It's up to him to decide if he wants to listen or not. And now he's opened Pandora box by paying the one lady, the co-worker, for whatever that mess was at CBS. Then this old allegation is resurfaced from 2023 for defamation, but yet she ain't suing him for rape. That don't make no sense. You said he forced you oral sex. He forced you to perform oral sex on him, but you ain't suing him for that. See, that don't make no sense. That's a whole crime versus defamation. So tell me how that makes some sense. He raped you, made you put his penis in your mouth, then he vaginally raped you, but you ain't suing him for that. I just don't want him to keep talking about me. I don't like things he said about me on the news, on TV, blah, blah, blah. Do you hear yourself? You sound crazy as hell. That's why I know all of this is some BS. He ain't picking the right type of women. And I could be wrong. But some of this is bogus. And this last one, most definitely, I think is bogus. I'm just going to go out on a limb. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But the flip side could be he likes rough sex. He likes different types of sex. And he can't get enough. And possibly they want to stop. But he won't stop. He forces himself on them. And or he takes it as soon as they walk in the room. I don't know. I really don't know. But this Zuniga could be piggybacking off of this sexual assault from 2010. Oh, she knew about that. She heard about that. Okay, well, let me say he's doing the same to me. But like everybody said, most people, when you read her text messages, the thing that she's into, a judge is going to look at all of that and say, well, how can I differentiate rough sex versus sexual assault? Because if you like it rough and you want him to, bang you up, choke you out, penetrate you hard, how can I say this instance is rape? You're not going to be able to prove that. You're going to have a video, ma'am, of a sexual assault where you are telling Shannon Sharpe to stop. No, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not into that. That hurts. Please stop. That's what you're going to have to say that he sexually assaulted you in October of 24. And where that's also going to be a problem, that even if you could provide a video right now, audio of you telling Shannon Sharpe no during sex, the first thing a judge is going to say to you, well, ma'am, how did you end up having sex with him January 2nd, 2025? Checkmate. He raped you viciously, violently, more than one time in October 2024. Don't know if it's the same day, different days. So if it's different days, then that means you went back. Anybody listen to what I'm saying? If it's different days in October, you went back to be raped. So was it back-to-back one encounter? Okay, so let's say it's back-to-back one encounter, same day. Then how did you get raped in January? The fact that you have a recording. Why are you recording yourself having sex with Shannon Sharpe? Is he into that? Possibly so. He likes feminine women? I'm sure he does. He had that leaked video from September 24, remember? And that was a whole nother woman. So he's into BS. And he don't value himself or his job either. Although he has more to lose than Miss Zuniga and these other women. But He don't care about himself because IG just don't pop up on your phone. You got to touch this phone to hit the app. Now, I've had issues with my phone where the apps will jump over each other and I might have hit one and then another app pops up, but that's only because I was in the phone. IG just don't record itself. You had your phone on and you hit the IG record button while having sex with that woman. And she should be mad as hell. And I think that's why Ms. Zuniga is upset. It's because she wanted more from you and you weren't willing to give her what she wanted. Baby, money, time, whatever. You still out here fucking and screwing other women. She heard about that video that got leaked to the world. You still was able to keep a job, which I'd have let your black ass go for that because that's not the representation we want. We know you're going to have sex, but we don't want to hear about it. We don't want to see it. Checkmate. You should have been let go then. But like somebody said, anybody that ride with you and uphold you in a job, that means they're similar to you. So that was a valid point a YouTuber made. Anybody aiding Mr. Sharpe to keep a job means you are of the same caliber. But will ESPN ride with your ass this year? Because they don't need no more stories about Mr. Sharpe on their watch. And whoever you get ready to sign this $100 million deal with, they ain't going to want to hear about it either. It's time for Mr. Sharpe to grow up. Like I said, I'm not here to tell that man what type of sex he should have. I ain't trying to tell him which women to choose, but he needs to clear his house out. ASAP. He needs to get a feather duster and dust around the crevices. Lay on somebody's therapy couch. Get him some therapy. And pray he chooses better company. And if he likes taking the cookie, he continues to get therapy. Because what we don't need is a big old black rapist running around town. I'm just saying. And it will be a shame if he is that type of person. And he's been getting away with it for years, taking the cookie. But then we have to question the women. If it's true that he's been taking the cookie, the kitty cat, why are you all still going back in his peripheral to have yourself sexually assaulted? Make that make sense. Now, I get it. Women go back with men who are abusive all the time. But as I said in my last live, how far are you willing to go to be abused? Physically, mentally, even sexually? You willing to be with a rapist? What is so special about being with a rapist? That's why I'm saying, how far you women willing to go if indeed that is who he is. So I think he needs to see a therapist. He needs to talk to somebody about why he's choosing certain type of women, what his expectations are of women, what he's willing to bring to the table as a man. And these women need to know that possibly Mr. Sharpe is tainted. He's got sexual deviances and his mind ain't right. Because now it's a flip of the coin of what you believe. That he's a sexual assaulter or not. Which is it? Either way, yes, his reputation is tainted. But as it says in the scripture, this too shall pass. Time goes by, people forget all about all these allegations. But like I said, he don't want to end up like R. Kelly And he don't want to end up like Sean Puffy Combs. And he definitely don't want to end up like Epstein. And we can throw Weinstein in there too. So he needs to get it together. I don't see a judge pushing this case with Zuniga through because there are too many text messages that are out that show they liked a certain type of sex. And you're going to have to prove that he's done that to you more than once. You're going to have to bring a tape. I don't think she has it. Because if she had a tape of him sexually assaulting her, she would have played it, released it. And he says that what we have heard is edited. And she has not brought forward the entire tape. So that means there's something fishy. Why are you giving us a portion of a sex tape? Show it all and be done with it. Truth shall set you free. Because this is not the truth. And she knows that. And I got a feeling as this goes on, God forbid he has more text messages to release to damn her, it ain't gonna look good for her. And then if she can provide us something more telling about Mr. Sharpe, bring it out. But will he pay? Will he be ordered to pay? That's the question. Black says these black men are going down like flies. Well, some of the rich ones are, not none of the broke ones. The broke ones still around doing what they do. Acting a fool, making babies, laying with this one and that one. They don't care either. They just ain't got the money. But at some point, it's true. A person should want to try to redeem himself or herself. You know, whatever your past is, things you've gotten yourself entangled in, relationships, courtships, things you've done illegal for money, whatever. If you posed for nudity, you did adult films, you prostituted, whatever you did, you should know that don't have to be your lifeline. And that's what somebody need to tell this little girl, Miss Zuniga. You are already on a bad path. As this OnlyFans member, you taking provocative pictures with your ass cheeks hanging out of a thong, glazed up like a damn donut. That's the image you want to portray? You sitting there telling this man you want his baby. So what child want to walk around and see their mama posing in pics with her ass hanging out? Probably ain't even your real ass. Damn injections. Yeah, I said that. Whose mama you supposed to be, Miss Lady? Nobody. You couldn't even make time for a baby right now because you would be too busy trying to chase Shannon Sharpe around. You'd be on every plane, train, standing outside of the ESPN building looking for Shannon Sharpe. Your baby be somewhere rolling down the street getting hit by a damn taxi cab because you trying to chase his penis. Hell no, you don't need no children. You need a therapist too. Let me check you. You need a therapist because your mind ain't right. You need to go to school, get an education. That's what you should have been doing while you begging him for $25,000. You should have been asking him to pay your tuition to a university. That's why I said your mind ain't right. You should have been getting money from him. While you getting dog collars put around your throat, you should have got you some damn change. Here, I need this, and this paid for. You should have a house paid for, you should have a car paid for, and you should have an education to where you don't need to be doing no members only, members, fans only, whatever the hell you talk, whatever the hell it is. You should be paid in full right now. He's a millionaire. And the only thing you thinking about is a damn baby and some penis. Your mind ain't right. He probably threw it on her and opened her nose and she don't know what to do. She out here in rubber duck boots in the summertime looking crazy. shit that's happened to women all over the world. They done got some good penis and they lost their damn mind. Girl, you better snap back right and get your ass together. Because guess what? There's another big black man around the corner. And he got a big penis too. What you gonna do with him? You gonna do the same damn thing? Same thing for the other white woman. There are a lot of men around here got big penises. But the world has got a whole lot more going on than just big penises. Good sex. Penises don't pay light bills, gas bills, college education, mortgages. You got to find somebody that wants to give you funds. And a lot of men ain't willing to pay for no kitty cats, not no big boy money. You should have had money put in your account every month, weekly, by Mr. Sharpe. He liked you. He liked your time. He liked what you were doing for him, to him. You should have told him, I need you to pay me. And maybe he did pay her, but it wasn't to her liking. So I'm going to ask that question before I check out of here. I'm almost an hour in. Mr. Sharpe, did you at any time pay Miss Gabriella Zuniga for her services rendered? If so, how much did you pay her? Because I got a feeling this also could be an issue. He was paying, but he stopped. He was paying, but not paying on time. Or he wasn't paying enough of what she asked for. Something she did want, he didn't give it to her. Because I think it's more than just a big black baby that she wanted. I think she wanted, drum roll, Shannon Sharpe. Is that what this is about? You wanted this tall, dark, chocolate man to be yours. And he was not willing to be yours. So you settled for whatever Shannon Sharpe gave you. And then in the end, you wigged out, flipped out, recorded sexual encounter, found you a lawyer, and concocted this bullshit of sexual assaults, plural, when anybody sane knows this don't make no sense. Because any woman who's been sexually assaulted would not go around her rapist, period. You are not a child. We're not talking about a child and a child molester. We're talking about a grown woman who has a free-thinking mind and body, 2 feet and 2 hands. And at any point, when you realize Shannon Sharpe did not want to be with you in the way that you desired, you could have cut his ass off, blocked your number, and kept it moving. I think this woman is revengeful. I think she's scorned. And she wanted Sharpe for herself. But he was not willing to give himself to her completely. That's what I believe. And I'm sure he's looking back, thinking, I should have been left this female alone and cut her off when things started to go awry a long time ago. But he kept going back because he felt validated by this young lady. But look what he got in the end. A new headache. And I think, Ms. Zuniga, you have feelings for Mr. Sharpe still. January was just a few months ago. You still care for him. You still like him. You're still obsessing. You're still lusting. And if you think suing him is going to make him want you, oh, you are sorely mistaken. He's done with your ass now. If he wanted to really choke you, right now, he would. Most definitely, he would want to choke you now. So you have to be careful what you text in text messages. Sexual conversations, popping off, threatening people, what you want to do to them, because at any moment something bad can happen to them, and you're the first person that they're going to look at because you've made threats, this, that, and the other. You've told people what you want to do to them. Now they're dead, they're hurt. You're the first person they're going to come look for. So that's my advice to anyone out here. Be careful what you text to people. Be careful exchanging pornographic material of yourself, and be careful of sex talk, because you don't know where that information goes, who they're showing it to. And nobody has a right to know what you're saying to someone sexually or what you're doing to them sexually. That is your business. And he has tried to get the upper hand on her. That is why he has put out her text messages, and they are lethal. And she should feel shameful, because I wouldn't want anyone to know that's what I said to a man, those things you said to him. You have a mother, a father, friends, family. If you worked anywhere, they all now know what type of sex you like and what you've had a man and men do to you. So there's no secrecy pertaining to you. You're now an open book, literally. And you should feel ashamed. And you may not. That's your choice. But who's going to want you now? Miss Zuniga. Because now a man knows what Miss Zuniga likes to do and what she's willing to do. And for free. No money, no down payment. Both of you need to get it together. When I get an update pertaining to Mr. Sharpe, I will gladly come back on with the latest. But this other woman, Miss Michelle Evans, she already had a suit filed from 2023. She's not suing him for sexual assault, but for defamation, which to me is very suspect as well. Because why not put sexual assault in the suit? You said he raped you, so why not sue him for that? And also, where's your police report? And Miss Zuniga, where's your police report? Exactly. That's the one thing you have not heard. You have not heard of any woman having a damn police report that Shannon Sharpe sexually assaulted them. Why not? Because they're wealthy. He's wealthy. And I'd rather just take him, file a civil suit, get big boy money, than have him sit in court and go to jail for raping me. And as someone said, if you are truly a victim, you would not want money. You would want justice. So you are disrespecting yourself and other women, men who have been sexually abused by a perpetrators. That's my commentary. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below this video. Take the polls on my community page. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $Big Angie 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live. My weekend suggestion for a movie is 37. It is free on Tubi. I was currently watching it before going live, and I will put it in the YouTube queue on my community page for you to watch for your entertainment this weekend. It is called 37, and it's set back, I don't know, probably the 50s, 60s, New York. And I think you'll all enjoy it. So that's my movie suggestion for this weekend. One of them is called 37, free on Tubi. You all have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back with more stimulating content and commentary. Also, follow me on the Newsbreak app. God bless all of you. Please be safe. You have been listening to the Vault XL. And guess what? We're not even getting ready to talk about Matt Barnes and Shaquille O'Neal. Matter of fact, let me talk about that right quick before I go, because I mentioned it in my last live. You have a good weekend too. I don't know what the hell's going on with Matt Barnes, why he's tattletelling on a chat about Shaquille wanting to pay for information for Mr. Sharpe. That's all crazy to me. And what's the beef about Mr. Shaquille O'Neal? What you beefing with Sharpe about? What's your animosity towards him? You all are too old for this. Because I think you like young women too. So if this is about some old kitty cat, let it go. You like somebody that he liked, or you had somebody that you found out she messed with him, or he came in and took the woman, whatever. Grow up. I don't know what the beef's about, but Mr. Matt Barnes, I don't know what you're up to and how you done finagled your way into this ghetto-ass drama, but you all need to grow up. Because the fact that you are now on a recording talking about Shaquille paying for dirt on Shannon is suspect to me as well. So what are you trying to tell the universe? You don't like Shannon? Because the fact that you're saying on the audio, don't say nothing, it's strange to me. So did you purposefully have that audio leaked? Because if you purposely did it, you obviously wanted some whoop ass from Shannon and some whoop ass from Shaq. See you later. See you later. Said salty. I don't know why I said I thought it said Sally, girl. See you, Gigi. Something strange with that. Because now Shaq can come back to you and say, well, why are you talking about me and Shannon in a live chat anyway? And who recorded you? And who were you around? Now you got to explain that to Shaq. Unless Shaq and you two orchestrated this and Shaq didn't care about Shannon knowing that he would pay for dirt on him. So as I asked in my live earlier, Shaq, do you know Miss Zuniga? Have you conspired with her to take Mr. Shannon Sharpe down? I don't do conspiracies, but all this is crazy to me. That boy always has to be into everything. Well, he's doing some housewife shit. Now, back when his little baby mama was on the Housewives of Miami many moons ago, he was very quiet, mild-mannered. Now, this he said, she said stuff with Shaq and Shannon, it's going too far. Now we got the men getting involved. Y'all too old for this. So we'll wait to see what Shaq has to say. If he has a beef with this man or not. If there's an issue or not. What is the issue really about? What's the truth? Could be nothing. Could be manufactured. Because you know black folks love to make up shit. But if it's about a woman from a long time ago, y'all too old for that. Everybody that moved on went their separate way. If one of y'all still hanging on to some kitty cat that you want, well, go find her and put your bid in. Put your bid in and get your roll out. Okay. Girl, I ain't got my glasses on. That's why I was looking like, wait a minute, that look like that said saucy. When I first looked, I thought it said Sally. You so silly. Be safe. But yeah, I thought that was real grimy, this Matt Barnes BS, that he's on audio talking about Shaq wanting dirt, willing to pay, you know, the highest bidder for information on Shannon. And I thought, why are you even talking about this? So whoever you were around, they told on you. So while one person in the comment section put a rat in the comment section on the Newsbreak app under an article, well, whoever went and leaked the audio, they're a rat too. How about that? So it's two rats in the room. So Shaquille, how do you feel about Matt being taped on audio saying you willing to pay for dirt on Shannon? Do you care? You don't care? Who leaked the audio? Who was Matt talking to? Did Matt leak the audio? What the hell is this really about? I'm going to say this to everybody, and I'm really going to get off this live. All y'all need to grow the fuck up. Looks like to me a lot of y'all just like attention and want attention, and you all are acting like some damn females. Some gossiping ass heifers. The fact that Shannon leaked that IG feed video, that tells you a lot about his character. Because I hadn't dwelled on that the past week about his character per se, but I'm saying it now. Perhaps he is immature. He's an attention seeker. He ain't fit to be nobody's boyfriend. Possibly abusive, violent. Okay? because that IG screen didn't move on its own. And the fact that he has a real job, why would you want that out to the public? Your sexual encounter with a woman out there in La La Land on a live. You had shit to lose fall of 2024, just like you got shit to lose April 25. So that means you don't care about yourself. Now, what's going to be the next latest gossip pertaining to Shannon Sharpe? I don't know. But my advice to him is to be quiet and quit talking. Okay? Quit talking. And that's that. I voted for Kamala because your mammy voted for her. That's why. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. It's the Queen, baby. Like, share, subscribe. Drop the comments below this video. I'll be back with more stimulating content. But yeah, I wanted to put that out about Matt Barnes. I don't know what the hell's going on between him, Shaq, Shannon, but everybody need to grow up and get it together. And everybody needs to quit talking. Shannon, you don't need to talk no more to the public. You don't need to do no more interviews. Let it ride. Let your lawyers do your talking for you. Matt Barnes, you need to shut the fuck up too and be quiet, because you too old to be gossiping on live streams and audios. And Shaquille O'Neal, I really don't know what the hell going on about this rumor. You and Shannon, if you got beef with him, let it go. You too old. Y'all all got big boy money, so why don't you live prosper with your big money, and be happy and content and stop the hate. If it's real, just let it go. You're too old for this nonsense, okay? You're too damn old. That's my commentary, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Vaughn Excel. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.